Here in the land of sinners and saints, we love to dance and paint.
Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Of course, it's your Monday edition, which means that we have brand new artwork on set. Joining us, our resident artist for the week, is no stranger to the show, but is definitely coming with a brand new conversation. Orlando Griffith, also known as Morpheus, is with us in studio. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
Very good.
Well, thank you for coming back to be with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
And especially with something that is so sentimental and runs deep to you, this new exhibition that's coming up. But before we get into the details of that, walk us a little bit through your journey. Well, let's say from last year to now, what would have brought you this far?
So I guess last year was a hit. And because I guess I was getting more exposure, Arnim himself from Arnim's Gallery asked me if I would like to do my first solo show. And at first I was a bit hesitant because I wasn't sure if I was ready. And my teacher, Beverly Fitzwilliam Harris, she suggested, after the experience with the Rebel show last year at the Art Society, to take a try.
Yeah.
And yeah, why not? Okay. And I put in at least 10 months of work. I was feverish with it, and yeah, I produced at least 60 pieces.
Congratulations. And some of them, of course, we have on set with us
Yes.
today. When did you get to that point? I mean, we spoke earlier on off camera, and you were saying you are ready, but you did just mention that you clearly went through a transition period.
Oh, yeah.
So when did you have that light bulb moment that said, okay, no, I'm ready for this now?
I think after the first piece that I guess before the effort started really fully. The first piece I did as a test, and then when I saw that, hey, I could actually do this, and that's when everything just started to flow.
Well, beautiful. And it's interesting because the theme, or let's say for the debut exhibition, is Lucid Dreams Don't Sleep,
Yes.
which definitely aligns with that. Was that one of the deciding factors in choosing this, let's say, name of your exhibition, or was there anything else that made you make that final decision?
I guess the confidence in what took place before, the fact that people were receiving the work well, the art was selling, and I think that kind of motivated me to even try a bit harder to make this solo show work.
And this solo show is very important. I know in some of the information that has been shared, you've referenced your artwork as acts of remembering.
Yes.
How does that tie into the theme for your exhibition?
Well, I guess the whole generational point from this starting of back with the art was due to my father's passing. And before he passed, he said, I think you should get back into the arts and stuff like that, because I haven't done it for over 20 years. And it was like, you sure? He was like, yep, I think you should do it. And I think every time I paint, I remember him, and I guess the grieving process continues in a way, but it's a different way. That's a bit more healing and creates beauty.
And definitely we see the beauty, and now that you say that, we can also understand the healing portion as well. Again, when everybody looks at art, you get your own interpretation, which you're going to see on set this morning. But one of the things that definitely also aligns with is what you would have mentioned as well, that stillness is your starting point.
Yes.
Was it always your starting point, or is it something that would have developed over time?
It is the starting point for anything to me, because you have to kind of get into that mentality first and center yourself and figure out where you want to start. But you can't start anywhere in anything that's going to be good in chaos. So I feel that starting with stillness first is the best place.
And I think definitely reflecting on the beauty that we have in Trinidad and Tobago, which we see from the work that we have on set. Is this a theme that also runs throughout your exhibition?
Yes, a lot of the paintings and photography as well is from local stuff and animals and places and things that will remind us, again, remembrance as where we are and what we see.
What was the impetus behind the choice to combine photography and your painting as well for the exhibition?
Right. The photography informs the art. My first experience with the photography was basically on my phone. And I was walking around town, I would see the different birds, the macaws and these type of things, and take the shots and go back and try to paint them. But I wasn't getting the best shots. I wasn't getting the right zoom. I wasn't getting things because the camera is limited. And someone gave me the knowledge and the education, a guy named Robert Ramkisoon. He's a professional photographer, and he kind of inspired me to get my own camera. And when I got my own camera, the work got a lot better. And next thing you know, I realized I could actually shoot pictures and get good photos and everything. And then from there, the work started to really become a lot better.
And what was it like creating from that standpoint? So you have both your mediums now, you have your canvas, you have your camera, and now you are creating this exhibition. You said, of course, this is referencing going back into memories, of course, going back in time. What was it like in the creation process itself, and how were you able to perhaps choose particular, let's say, images or moments to reflect and create?
How I choose my work, really, it's based on a feeling. I really can't explain it. I see what I see, it makes sense to me, and it's easy to I guess, transmit onto the canvas. And then also the photography as well, I guess getting the right composition and everything, what makes sense to me again, and what I feel speaks the language that I want to speak in that moment, and that's how I choose.
Well, let's take a look at some of the work that you've opted to share with us this week, starting with this one that is right here next to me. If I'm not mistaken, the name of this is True North, is that correct?
True North, yes.
And walk us through this piece, and also the choice of color, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. So True North, if you look at this very carefully, do you think you know where this particular picture at first was taken?
I think so, but then I'm not too sure.
All right, let's see if we could guess a bit. You don't want to try?
Magnificent Seven,
One
Queen's
of
Park
them?
Savannah, Meal Flare. No?
No. Stallmeyer's Castle, the weather vane
Oh, yes.
top.
Yeah.
So a lot of artists have painted the Stallmeyer's Castle, which is cool and was really good. But again, because of, I guess, awareness for me, walking around town and looking at my birds and cameras and everything, I was lucky to find a macaw sitting on top of the weather vane. I got the shot. The day was a really nice day, and I think I wanted to just execute that in a perfect way. I happened to be around in Savannah taking some photos for print, and the people at Stallmeyer Castle saw the work and they approved. So they were happy to see the work and the pride taken into the piece.
Of course, it's absolutely beautiful. And such a lucky shot as well, because, you know, normally we'll see the macaws flying around the savannah, not necessarily stopping for a moment. So definitely meant to be. Now let's go on to this next piece. We're in the same theme of birds, I notice. What's the name of this next piece?
This one is The Gaze.
Okay.
We had this last year, if you remember. This is a kobo.
I like kobos, but anyway.
Remember last year? So the kobo was successful last year for some reason. People loved it. And I think I took another stab at it again.
Good job.
And I elevated the viewpoint of the kobo and gave him a little bit of regality, per se. And he looked back at me when I got the shot, and that was it.
He knew. He was posing for you.
He knew, yeah.
Definitely majestic. And I love the way you would have also captured some of the iridescence that we don't necessarily see in the kobos. Now, let's go on to this next one immediately, of course. Well, what's the name of this one? Let's go there.
Quiet Sentinel.
Yeah, well, not so quiet, no? But
no. Yeah. So, ironically, kobos, or not kobos, howler monkeys, they're not quiet.
No.
So, but this one, in the moment when I got the shot, he sat there, he looked at me quietly, and we had a little conversation, we communicated well, and he sat there for the shot, and that's what I did. I executed the work perfectly for this, what I felt.
You really did. I mean, the choice, the color is absolutely excellent. I'm seeing in my mind right now just walking up Bamboo Cathedral and tracking station, but definitely not feeling the peace that you are getting from this particular
Well, the time of day I go, there's really no one there, and the time that they are there, because I go deep into the trails to find them, and they sit quietly, they look back at me. A couple of the photographies, shots I got was them looking back at me very close. Yeah. And like one of this ones, and the conversations were flowing but we stood there in silence and it was really well.
It's absolutely beautiful, and I can only imagine as well, definitely one of those defining moments when it comes to your work. But this next piece that we have, and the final piece that we have on set for the week, this is called Maracas Waterfall, correct?
Yes, Maracas.
Walk us through the sentiment of this piece.
So this one is the most sentimental piece I have. This is about the journey with me and my father. This was the favorite place we often visited because I grew up there. Mm-hmm. And the viewpoint we had was when we come out on the porch, we'd see the Maracas Waterfall. And every time I visited, we first said, look, let's go for a walk. We knew exactly where we wanted to go. Yeah. And so this viewpoint is from below, looking up. And the time of day I went was morning. I got the shot. Wasn't sure if I could paint it, but I took the time. I made the effort, and the inspiration behind it was, Dad pushing me to really get this piece off. And honestly, when I finished this piece, I was in tears because this was one of my favorite places to go with him, and this was one of his favorite places. So there's a reverence and a tribute to that on this one. The
detail is absolutely immaculate. I mean, in all your paintings, of course, but looking at this one in particular, you can see the love and the keen attention that went into
Indeed.
it. Before we close our conversation, two questions. First thing I have to ask is, how long does it normally take you to create a piece such as the one you just mentioned?
Well, it depends. If my mood and the feeling is there, then a piece may take a week because of the intensity and the vibe I get. Some take a bit longer, but most pieces, if I had to average, I did about 2 or 3 pieces a month. Wow. So this was really a bit of intense work. I felt very, very moved to get everything done properly, and yep.
Excellent. So before we close our conversation, we need to get the details. When is your exhibition starting?
The exhibition starts on November 21st. Opening night is at 6 o'clock. And the show runs for roughly 2 weeks till December 5th.
Congratulations. And this is at Arnhem's, yes?
Yes, Arnhem's.
For those who are interested in reaching out to you and connecting with you, where can we get more information?
Sure. On my Instagram, Musings of Morpheus. You can check out the page there and you'll see everything I do there.
Wonderful. Well, Morpheus, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this artwork, and we're looking forward to your exhibition.
Thanks again.
The Now Morning Show continues our collaboration with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago, and just chatted with a resident artist on set for the week, Morpheus. Make sure that you check out his upcoming debut exhibition and stay tuned. There's more coming up after this break.
Don't join this if your heart is faint. We love the dance and paint. We love the dance and paint. So let the pinks and blues and the yellows go away.